Welcome to Her Heart Speaks with this week's special guest, Tanicka Williams. Listen in, tune in as Her Heart Speaks.
We have to turn on the listening skills. It's not just because I'm your parent, what I say is right. No, because when I was my son's age, it wasn't about what my mother said because my mother wasn't in my life. So now I need to turn to somebody that's going to be involved. I need to turn to somebody that's going to listen to what it is that I have to say. And I'm learning that every day. I don't want my boys to feel as though they just have to listen to me and their dad. If you have somebody that's influencing your life, somebody that's going to support you, somebody that's going to listen to what it is that you need to say and get it out, somebody that's going to be beneficial in your life and uplift you, encourage you, to be there to move you up, I want you to latch on to that person. See, now a lot of kids, from what I'm seeing, don't. It's more resources now. But the problem is you have so many parents who are just one-sided. Oh, that's my child. That's my child. I don't want nobody telling my child what to do. And that's where the miscommunication come in, because now you have this child who's misunderstood, but they're not getting what they need from in the house. So when they go to an outside source and listening to that person, now they're misconstrued, because now you have mom and dad saying, oh, listen to me. And then you have this person in your ear over here saying, okay, well, this is ABC. This is what you should be doing. But mom and dad already said, don't listen to anybody else. So now we have a miscommunication, and now we have a communication breakdown. So the barrier is already built. And that's the sad part about it, is because from what I see, there's so many different resources, so many beneficial resources that our kids could be benefiting from, that could be learning from, and gaining so much more if all of us work together. It's not just about what goes on in the household. It takes a village to raise a child. So I don't understand why some of these parents, and I can identify with that, because I was once, I could say, a villain in that myself, because I was a single mom. It was like, all right, don't be taking no advice from nobody else, is what I say. But when I actually realized what I was doing was actually limiting my sons to the fence. And you have to go beyond the fence. You have to go outside the gate to understand that there's a whole world. There's a whole community that is willing to help if us parents just allow for these outside sources to just be a support system. Nobody's trying to take our child. Nobody's trying to take our children away from us. All they're trying to do is just be an outside resource for our children, so that our children can be better. And if more parents understood that there is a village out here that can help our children get to where we want them to be. And that's the sad part. We sit up here and we say, oh yeah, we want you to do so much better than me with us. But yet we only limit them to the fence and the gate. But we can't do that. We can't hold the leash. Sometimes we have to let them go and find their own way.
And I think, you're bringing up so many, we're almost out of time, but you're bringing up so many good points that you're going to have to come back on and come on for a panel discussion. But, one of the things that you said, and you covered every area of the question that I asked in reference to how do we do it, that there's that barrier. Because I've worked with young people, and there have been the instances where the parent didn't want the child to go beyond where they are. They wanted them to stay at that state. So if a child was studious, what you doing with those books? They're not going to do anything for you. You need to go out there and get some money. Those books are not going to pay the bills. A young lady that decides, you know, you need to parent, like, you need to just go ahead and have a baby so you can get a check so you can help me with these bills. What do we do? How do we plant the seed? And this, like I said, this is just a community work, just like you said. How do we plant the seed of self-worth? It goes back to self-worth. How do we help to reprogram, lack of a better word, reprogram the thought process of our young people? Because they're not even built to think on their own. They don't have that level of cognitive thinking that we were forced to do and be able to comprehend things. You know, reading and comprehension was a great big deal for us growing up. Like,
Right.
be able to comprehend what's going on. But they have a copy and paste mentality mixed with the microwave thing. And I'm nervous. The truth is, I'm nervous because this generation comes behind me. If the computers ever shut down and I need some medicine, and you can't do simple multiplication, division, subtraction, and adding, I'm dead. I'm dead because they use calculators, they use the computers to find everything.
Google.
What if Google went down? What would we do? So how do we bring back life skills? I think it's important to bring back the basic life skills, like.
Right. And it's funny that you say this because I just had a conversation with one of my colleagues and I was telling her, I said, it's sad that we have mothers who aren't teaching their daughters basic life skills. I said, I can't talk about having a daughter, but at the end of the day, my boys know how to cook and clean. They know how to iron their own clothes. They know what creases mean. You don't let that line out if it's supposed to be there. You fluff and fold. Okay? You distinguish between whites and darks. You have a lot of parents, even if they was growing up in a household where their nana said, all right, listen, Saturday is laundry day, or we gonna wash these walls. You have a lot of parents who have either let it go of the structure or never had it. And that's the sad part because now you having kids that you can't even teach basic life skills to because you either never had it or you let it go. You have a lot of women, and I say I pertain it more to women than I do men because I had a nana on Saturdays where we was washing the woodwork. Okay? I showed my sons about the woodwork. So they know, but you have a whole lot of mothers, and I said this to my girlfriend the other day. I said, you got nanas being mamas, and you got mamas being friends, and you got these babies having babies. So when is the generational curse going to be broken? Somebody needs to say enough is enough. Okay. I don't have, like I said, once again, I don't have daughters. So I can only attest to you have to instill what you know. And if all you know is fluff and fold, if all you know is iron with starch, you have to start somewhere or else your child, your grandchild, your great-grandchild is never going to know what it means to take care of a house, go to school, use a computer, a calculator, a cash register. Start in the middle. Use what you know. They say use what you got to what you have to get what you want. The mind is the ultimate tool that we have, but most people don't use it because common sense was thrown out the window in 89. And I hate to say it like that because I was born in 84. But
we can go on forever and ever and ever. We can go on forever and ever and ever. So I appreciate your candidness and your passion behind not only helping young women, but helping young men to be the best that they can be. And it takes people like you. So as we continue on this series of speaking to women that are making great establishments within the community, not only, within their household, that's trying to plant some seeds for not only generational wealth, but community wealth in reference to health and finances and resources. I appreciate you. I just adore you and your passion for
Thank you.
and your passion for wanting to help people and, trying to assist in putting your contribution into society of raising 3 awesome kings within your household. So I pray for you. I pray for your young men. I pray that you continue to have the strength and the wherewithal to be able to do everything that your heart desires, but everything that God has set forth for you to do, not only in this country, but in countries around the world, to be able to empower people. So before I let you go, what is one thing that you want the world to know, or one thing you want to say to anyone that's listening about life, about anything? The floor is yours, and we will close out.
Well, I was always taught that we keep what we have by giving it away. So they say that knowledge is key, and they say that information is power. So if you know something, tell something. If you understand what a life means, that means that you need to use your voice to tell somebody what you know. Don't just keep it to yourself. Just don't hold it in. Tell somebody. Help somebody. If you see somebody struggling, man, woman, kid, child, big, tall, short, small, it don't matter. Help somebody so that you can help yourself. If you see something, say something. And we just need to love each other. We need to encourage each other. We need to keep uplifting each other. And we need to just keep motivating one another, because we're all we got.
She said it all. She said it all, everyone. And, basically, we got to continue to hold each other accountable as we move forward in life, because, we all get together, we're able to see the bigger picture. We are all a piece of an intricate picture, a view that God wants to see for us, and unless we work together, we're going to have a lot of gaps. So thank you again, Miss Tanicka, for being on this show.
You're so welcome. So welcome. If anybody wants to reach out to me, you can reach me on Instagram, Touched Ink. You can reach me on Facebook, Tanicka Williams. We can have a conversation. We can definitely talk more about this. You can email me, ctanicka10@gmail.com, and I would love to have a conversation more about this.
Thank you again, Miss Tanicka.
You're welcome.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Her Heart Speaks. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe.